The federal program that gave unemployed Americans an extra $600 a week expires today. Congress is debating a stimulus bill to extend those benefits to help those struggling financially, but they have not come to an agreement yet. Our Charlene Cristobal joins us now. She's got the details this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jess. So the number of people who are filing for unemployment is on the rise. So the Labor Department reports that for the second straight week, the number of first-time unemployment claims has gone up to 1.4 million. So that's more than 1.4 million. Both sides say that funding is needed, but they just cannot agree on how to move forward.
Here's the difference we have in unemployment insurance. We think it ought to be crafted in a way that does not pay people more to stay home than to go back to work.
We need to turn the page on the Republican proposal, and quickly. The legislative train wreck by Senate Republicans cannot derail our efforts to provide urgent, comprehensive, and necessary relief to the American people.
Now, House Democrats passed a $3 trillion bill in May that would have extended the unemployment benefits, staying at the $600 per week. Senate Republicans, though, proposed their own bill earlier this week. It would cost around $1 trillion, but would decrease the extra payment to $200. 50% of the person's wages would be paid by states, and then the remainder by the federal government. Now, another proposal put up would give states two options: give extra payments to those who are unemployed starting at $500 per week, and then would go down $100 every month until October, or states would replace 80% of a person's wages. Now, Republicans and Democrats could not agree to terms before the deadline. This all comes as the U.S. economy shrank at a record-breaking rate in the spring, at an annual rate that is what experts are calling the worst since the government started keeping track more than 70 years ago. Now, the Senate did pass what's called a shell bill, and that was partly proposed by Senator Mike Braun. And what it would do is it would give those who are unemployed $200 per week, or 66% of their wage replacement. Now, the first vote on that is expected sometime next week. I'll send it back to you.